former Trump foreign policy advisor Waleed Ferris, alongside retired Navy FA-18 fighter pilot, Top Gun pilot, and founder of the No Fallen Heroes Foundation, Whiz Buckley. We also have former F-15E fighter pilot and F-16 Thunderbird pilot Ryan Bodenheimer to talk about this. Ryan, as Carla mentioned, I want to start with you here, that every minute matters in trying to recover this pilot who is still unaccounted for at this point. So what exactly is going on, and how do you survive this?
Yeah, so we trained for this a lot. I flew the F-15E myself, and the F-15E is the workhorse right now. It's being asked to go deep into Iran every single day. It goes deep into Iran, it drops bombs, it fights its way out if needed, and you're in harm's way at all times. So what we were told at this point of the war, when the desperation kicks in for the IRGC, they would wait to turn on their radars until we were basically right over top of them. So you don't have as much time to react. So that might have been what happened here. And these operators, they're going to fire at any little blip they see on their screen. So unfortunately, they got this shot on the crew. And now it's about just following your training and being ready and prepared for special operations, pararescue from the Air Force to come in and get you.
Ryan, I do want to just follow up with one more question. Talk about what it's like to actually be in a position where you have to eject from the aircraft, because that's what we're hearing that at least one of the pilots is presumed to have done.
Yeah, it sounds like the reports I saw were successful ejections of the front seater, which is the fighter pilot, and then the back seater is the weapons systems operator. So a two-place fighter jet, and you prepare for that. There's a lot of training that you go through as an Air Force or Navy aviator, and you put yourself in a position to eject that helps you survive the ejection, because it's a violent event, obviously. And there's a system to eject safely, the initial ejection, and then how to land safely. And ideally, you land and you don't have any injuries, but there is the case of having injuries as well. That's why a lot of the pararescue forces that will go in to get these aircrew are trained medics. They fight their way in, they can medically stabilize aircrew, and then they get them out.
Matthew, also, you are a fighter pilot as well. Talk about the training that goes into this that Ryan was mentioning and how you're reading this situation overall.
Well, the training we get is very extensive: SEER, survival, evasion, resistance, and escape. And then once you get into bad guy theater, you go through all the local procedures as well. But my hat's off to the, and it's hard to say as a Navy guy, to the United States Air Force, the CSAR, the Combat Search and Rescue Forces. This is what they train for. For the past 30 days or so, they've been sitting in their alert shack playing cards. And when that horn sounded, they sprinted to their aircraft, to the HC-130, the Pave Hawks, the A-10s, the Sandys. And these crews, this is what they train for. This is a well-oiled machine right now. This is all they eat, breathe, and sleep is combat search and rescue. So we're going to get that other air crew home to his loved ones in the United States one way or another, I guarantee you.
Truly a team effort across all branches of the military.
People think news just happens. It doesn't. It happens because there's someone there to capture the moment, to explain it and share it. That's my job. I go where news breaks and give you the facts. Join me for The Record on Newsmax.